So whilst David is recovering from his eye surgery, he asked me just to quickly run through what it means to be a host on Alpha, particularly from a technical point of view. So the first thing you want to consider as a host means that you'll be running a small group, maybe 2 or 3, 4, 5 people in your group. And of course, we're on Zoom. And if you have any questions about Zoom, there's already a video on the webpage at lcc.org or on our YouTube channel that you can look at, give some of the technical background towards running Alpha via Zoom. But this is specifically about the host. So if you're thinking about being a host or you've signed up to be a host, this is what to expect. So the first thing you want to think about is when you start your Zoom session and you join the main LCC Alpha Zoom ID, which is on the screen just behind me, then you want to make sure that first of all that the space that you have in your home is relatively quiet. So try and not have lots of noise in the background. And second, that whatever's in the backdrop, okay, I'm using a green screen, but try not to use any place that's too cluttered, something that's kind of bland and not distracting. That way you get your group's full attention without any distractions. And then the next thing you really want to think about is the Zoom session itself and the way in which we will help you progress through the Alpha session. So that's what I want to do just right now. So the first thing that I'm going to show you is when you're in Zoom itself, you see the LCC logo there. Well, that is the main LCC host. So the LCC main host will be doing all the technical work to help your session. And then right of that logo of LCCs, you see my face. So I am the acting host for this session. And then the other picture of me, it's a bit narcissistic this video, isn't it? Below that is the guest. So obviously this is just a fake setup, but the person below represents the guest or the guests. So here's the first room that we're in for Zoom, and this is the welcome room. This is where everybody gathers. Now, depending on what the Alpha looks like, for example, how many languages we might have if we have non-English speakers, or how many people we have, then we're probably going to break out into smaller rooms. So everybody gathers into this main room, and then what happens is the LCC main host will invite you as a host to join a breakout room with your guests. So that will be just you as the host and whoever are your guests, whether that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people, for example. So you're invited to join the breakout room, and obviously you click on join, and then there you go, there's you as the host now at the bottom and your guest at the top. So once you're in the breakout room, you get everybody together. Maybe you'll have a bit of an icebreaker question together, and then what you want to do is watch the video. Now what Alpha is saying is, because of internet streaming bandwidth, you really want to encourage your guests to watch the video through their own web browser. So what you do is you go over to the LCC website. You can do this ahead of time, of course. You click on playlists. You then scroll down to the Alpha playlist and you choose the video for that week, which will begin to play in your browser. But rather than watch it right here and now, you stop the video and you simply copy the link to the video. And then of course when you are back in Zoom, so you just click into your web browser, go back into Zoom, and then you can paste the link into the chat box Once you've pasted the link into the chat box and sent it to everyone, then all your guests will get that link. They simply click on that link and they all watch the video at the same time on their machine in their web browser. Once the video is finished, 20 minutes later, you're all back onto Zoom. You don't leave any rooms, you stay in the rooms, you just leave Zoom running, but you're back in the room, and then you go through the alpha questions and the discussion and the chance just to talk about the movie. Once you've got to that point, then you'll get a message from the host to say how many minutes you have left. So you have like a 5-minute warning, and then you can simply choose and encourage your guests to leave the room, so you're then back in the main room with the main LCC host for a final goodbye. So that's about it. Now, obviously, we're going to give you some extra support in all of that, on top of which all the resources that you need are on the Alpha Main website, which we will be sending you the links to. But I hope that encourages you as hosts to get involved. And even if you're not fully signed up yet and you're thinking about hosting, then please do sign up. Contact David. Best to call him at the moment rather than email him. And obviously, we're really looking forward to an excellent Alpha next year. Thanks so much. God bless.